Hey guys. Hey guys. So today I'm going to be bringing you the day one, round one draft recap and what I believe these picks mean for the teams, whether they're good or bad. So let's go ahead and get started. So obviously, first overall, we have, to no one's surprise, Joseph Burrow, aka Joe Burrow, aka Tiger King. We all knew this was going to happen. It's not surprising, but it's also not a bad move. Andy Dalton hasn't really panned out as the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, so it was very, very necessary for them to draft a quarterback. And obviously, Joe Burrow was the best on the board since Tua Tagovailoa, or however you pronounce his name, got injured um, late last year during the college games. So, yeah, Joe Burrow, no surprise, A rank. Chase Young, DE, Washington. I mean, Washington's going to be bad for a while. Depending on how the rest of their draft goes, they might do better this year. But this was a good pick. Their offense and defense were both atrocious last year, but there were some games that the defense lost for them, so I guess a DE isn't that bad. I'll give them a C. Cornerback Jeffrey Okuda by Detroit. I give this one an A. They traded Darius Slay to the Eagles, and so they needed to pick up a cornerback. They did just that, and I think they probably picked one of, if not the best one in the draft class. So yeah. Andrew Thomas, tackle for the Giants. I'm not sure exactly what the Giants need specifically because I know they lost a lot of pieces on both sides. But I suppose a tackle is a good way to protect Daniel Jones or whoever ends up starting, in the coming years. So yeah, I'm gonna give that one a B. Miami, not even gonna pronounce that, but Tua. Obviously we knew this was gonna happen. Miami's been targeting Tua probably all of last year. And luckily for them, Joe Burrow just happened to stand out. Tua had an injury last year, so they were able to scoop him up. So I give it a B, even only because of predictability. Chargers draft Justin Herbert, quarterback from Oregon. I give this one an A. Obviously the Chargers let go of Rivers, so they were obviously going to need to get a new quarterback. I don't think Tyrod Taylor nor Easton Stick is the answer. Kind of sucks that Easton Stick never really got a chance to show what he can do, though. But who knows? Maybe he might play before Justin Herbert does. But A plus for the Chargers. And no, I'm not just doing that because I'm the Chargers fan. That just makes sense. Plus, Justin Herbert's mobile too. Derek Brown, D tackle for Carolina. This one I'm not even that sure about. I don't know who they lost and who they gained. So I'm just gonna give this one a C and move on. Isaiah Simmons, linebacker at Arizona. That makes a lot of sense for Arizona. Their defense is atrocious. So having a player like Isaiah Simmons that can play anywhere on the field basically is a great pick for them. So A plus. C.J. Henderson, quarterback with Jacksonville. Well, they lost. I think they traded Boye and they lost Ramsey through trade too. So yeah, they definitely need a corner. A. Tackle Jarek Willis goes to Cleveland. Great idea. Protect Mayfield. Maybe he plays better this year if he gets better protection. Another tackle for the Jets. Makes sense. Same thing. Protect your future. Both of those guys get a B. Henry Ruggs for the Las Vegas Raiders. I actually expected that to be CeeDee Lamb or literally anyone but Henry Ruggs. I thought he'd go a little bit later, but either way, Raiders needed a wide receiver and they got one. So rather at Mariota or Carr, they do have another target. Tackle for Tampa Bay. Obviously, they have to protect old man Brady, and that's about all I have to say to that. See. San Francisco drafts a DT in Kinlaw, which they needed. They obviously did, I think, trade one of their D tackles to somebody this offseason, so they got a suitable young replacement. Pretty good value there. Jerry Jeudy goes to Denver. Obviously, a great pick for Denver. Denver did need some type of weapons for Drew Lock. Some newer weapons and someone to complement Sutton. So B maybe A. Atlanta gets Terrell. Atlanta's had problems on defense for a few years now. Corner is definitely one of their biggest needs. great pick, B plus. CeeDee Lamb goes to Dallas. See, CeeDee I thought would go where Henry Ruggs went, but he didn't go that much later. Dallas, I don't think Dallas really needed a wide receiver, but hey, you can never have too many, I guess. A great compliment to Cooper, and who knows, maybe he plays slot. But definitely, I'm gonna give that one a B minus, C plus, B minus, C plus, because it wasn't really a needed player, but it makes sense. Tackle for Miami, Austin Jackson. I believe that would have been Pittsburgh's pick in terms of who had that pick before. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh's pick because it says Pitt Miami. I guess that makes sense. You have to protect Tua or Rosen or whoever's going to play under center in Miami. Tackles, especially if he ends up playing on the blind side, this is definitely a good pick, and hopefully that pans out for them. I'm going to give it a B. Cornerback for the Vegas Raiders. This one I'm not sure what exactly their cornerback depth looked like, but I guess even if it's a third string guy, is probably going to be a good option for him. So B. Edge rusher for Jacksonville. I believe this will probably make Yana Ngakoue very much a expendable player. And Jacksonville did basically fill some holes they needed on defense day one, so A. Jalen Reagor, wide receiver, goes to Philadelphia. There's a guy named C4 on YouTube. If you want a Eagles reaction, you can go watch his. But he did not seem happy about this pick, so I'm assuming he's not a great player. He's only an okay or good player. The Eagles don't really have a standout wide receiver, so this pick was probably not a good one. But you know, who knows? Maybe he ends up playing good in Philadelphia. For now, I have to give it a C. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson goes to Minnesota. I guess this is your replacement for Stephon Diggs, or basically your stand-in second wide receiver since Thielen is now the one receiver. I'm going to give it an A because they got rid of talent, but they gained some. They drafted a younger player, and yeah. So the Chargers trade up with New England to get the linebacker Kenneth Murray. He's an inside linebacker, which we desperately needed. For those of you who play Madden 20, we had like 74 and 73 or 73 and 72 like middle linebackers. Denzel Perriman's not that bad, but there needs to be a second guy that's either better than him or can play alongside him that complements him. And I think Kenneth Murray does that. So A for the Chargers. New Orleans gets a center to protect Breeze. B, wide receiver Ayuk, I think is how you pronounce that. San Francisco did need a wide receiver. I'm not sure if this is a star receiver, so to speak, yet, but I guess we'll find out. B, you're giving Garoppolo a weapon. So this one's a very much a head scratcher. Houston traded Miami for this pick, and then the Green Bay Packers traded up to get this pick as well. And they drafted Jordan Love, who will be more than likely Rodgers' replacement. And the same exact kind of scenario happened when Rodgers was drafted, only Rodgers is 1 year older than Favre was when this happened. I'm going to give it a head scratcher, like question mark grade, because I'm not sure how to grade this. Seattle gets a linebacker, which makes sense because their linebacking core is aging. B, Baltimore gets a linebacker, which I think they did actually need one, so B plus. Tennessee gets a tackle. I think they lost one of their tackles during free agency, so A for filling a need. Cornerback Miami. This one I'm honestly not that sure about in terms of who exactly, like if they needed one or not, but I'm gonna give it a B. Jeff something, Minnesota lost a lot of their corners, I think, this year, so, or at least two of them, so this is a good fill-in, B. And Kansas City gets a running back, which is one of their biggest needs going into last year even, and maybe even the year before, was running back A+. So overall, I feel like the Chargers did great. A lot of teams did really good filling in their needs, so to me, I think every team did pretty well. I mean, there's some like Philadelphia and a couple others that could have made better picks, but overall, I do feel like this draft was probably one of the best all around when it comes to teams getting what they need, not just what they want. Um, I'm going to be doing another video on specifically the Justin Herbert drafting, and so that way we can dive a little bit more into that player. But thank you guys for watching Draft Recap Episode 1, or Day 1, Round 1. I'll be doing another one of these probably tomorrow at around the same time to go through the rounds that happened. Yep, tomorrow, and then I think it's a 3-day event. It might only be a 2, but I'm pretty sure it's a 3-day. So however many days, there's going to be that many videos on whatever rounds happened. Obviously, those are going to be longer than this one because they're multiple rounds. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.